You was teasing them all up in your face like exfoliating cream. You have a crazy match that I had against my boy Joey. And this happened like 2 years ago on my stream, man. He was in the call. He was like, yo, I don't have nobody to battle right now. Actually, I was like that. I was like, I don't have nobody to battle. And this is like the first battle of the stream. And Joey was like, yo, Kasheem, I have a new team. Let's battle. Yeah, top percentage. But anyway, he's gonna U-turn out into... he's gonna U-turn out into his Rotom, and then afterwards, Rotom's gonna get burned. He's gonna Vault Switch right out after I Vault Switch initially. Since his Rotom is slower, I'm not gonna reveal the secret of how his is slower, but his is gonna be slower. I'm gonna stay in with my Latias actually, and then afterwards, I'm gonna predict him to switch out into something and then go for the side shot because I do have the Magnezone, so it'd be kind of obvious for him to like stay in while he's like locked onto Iron Head, and then go for a secondary Iron Head while I could just bring in my Magnezone, set up a substitute, and you know, start setting up on him a little bit with the Magnum Rise and all that other stuff. Anyway, in comes his Liepard, goes for the Thunder Wave, obviously not going to affect the Garchomp. He goes for the Swagger, misses, and I get a critical hit with the Earthquake. That's what I'm talking about, son. Hammerhead Shark dodging all that spit, man. What the hell does Swagger even do? Like, I've seen the animation, it's like the Pokemon literally like spits at you, and I guess it like pisses the other Pokemon off and raises their attack by +2. I don't even know. Why am I even trying to make sense out of these moves? Anyway, he goes for the U-turn now, and I'm just going to burn the Dragonite, which is awesome. I was like, yes, Dragonite cannot hurt me no more. But I'm gonna eat my words because he goes for the Outrage, and holy shit, fuck. Damn, that's a whole bunch of damage for, you know, a burned Dragonite. Obviously choice banded. Man, screw a closet monster. The one I'm gonna be seeing in my nightmares is a Dragonite. The worst kind of person to have to inflict any kind of physical damage onto you is somebody who does it with a smile. Look at Dragonite's face. A pure marksmanship of psychiatric problems, man. So I'm gonna set up a Magnerize after I set up the substitute, taking full advantage of him smacking himself in confusion. And then he goes for the Outrage of secondary turn, breaking my substitute despite being burned, despite being resistant to Dragon type moves. Man, Dragonite is having a field day, ladies and gentlemen. In comes Lucario. I was preparing for Landorus and a Gliscor for some reason. I didn't even like consider Lucario at all. I knew he would not go for the close combat right away because it'll leave him like vulnerable for me to like switch into something else, like say, let's say Terrakion, go for a close combat of my own and inflict some damage on, let's say, Landorus if he switches that back in. So his best bet was to go for the Sword Stance, and look how much damage he's doing to me. This is actually the reprimand for me not going for the substitute on the predicted Sword Stance. If he would have done so, he would have went for the close combat and got a special defensive drop, and I would have been able to like take this thing out sooner without having to sacrifice so many damn Pokemon to take out a damn Lucario. Anyway, I'm just gonna switch into my Garchomp now. My Garchomp is Scarfed. I'm just gonna get the rough skin damage on him. He knows that I'm Scarfed. Why would I switch in unless I wasn't Scarfed? So now I'm just gonna go for the Outrage, and then Outrage does looks like a 4-hit KO, but it's not like I'm gonna stay in anyway. Hopefully I get like a 2-turn Outrage here. So I know a 3rd Outrage won't necessarily kill. And come on, Garchomp, please. Yes, awesome. So now I'm just gonna switch out into this thing. He goes to the U-turn. Preferably, and then afterwards he's just gonna bring back in his Jirachi. Hopefully I could get like a Fire Blast on this thing, and that would be awesome because that would mean I could just bring in Garchomp, go for the Outrage, and then like finish this thing off. I end up flinching, and then in comes my Terrakion now. I have to go for a Gusty Play, and hopefully I don't flinch, and yes, Terrakion never scared, son. We ain't never scared. Remember that song? Yo, so I'm gonna inflict some damage on this thing. He brings back in the Landorus, and I'm thinking like, yes, this is my game. All I have to do now is sacrifice the Rotom on a predicted U-turn. Now he goes out into Jirachi, and I could just bring back in Terrakion, finish it off with a Muscle Banded Quick Attack, inflict some close combat damage on the Landorus, and afterwards come back with Garchomp, claim good game with the Outrage, baby. But none of that even happens because I overestimate Terrakion's attack power. Damn, son. I thought it could finish that shit off. I must have been mistaken. I don't want to really rely on Terrakion's Stone Edge because I could have actually brought in Garchomp, go for the Outrage. He comes back with the Landorus, intimidates me with the Outrage. He survives the Outrage, and then afterwards I could bring in Terrakion, finish it off with the Stone Edge. But I didn't want to rely on that, and I wasn't exactly sure at that particular amount of HP before if Outrage would do enough damage where I could come back in with the Terrakion and finish it off with the close combat. So that's why I went for that kind of play, and it turns out to be my detriment. One may look at my plays in this video and be like, yo, Kasheem, what you doing?